Icelandic gelding transition to bitless. This is the owner demonstrating her horse in his bit before I ride him. Easy, pull and release. So he's running right through that bridle.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Half halt.
Usually he doesn't half. Usually if you just pull back a little, he usually stops on a dime, but he's not.
He's not. I'm going to get on him here in his bit. I worked on coming over to the mounting block. You'll see a clip in a minute how he was not very agreeable. So he rears up and he pulls away. That seems to be his MO when he doesn't want to do something. Rear up and pull. That's what he did the first time I was hired, when he was stabled at another place. He reared and bolted, and I came to fix that. So he does it when he doesn't want to do something. I want him to come pick me up at the mounting block. If he says a big no to that, what else will he say a big no to? So I didn't want to get on him this day, so I got on him the next time. Here I am riding him with his bit. First time, my boot keeps getting hung up on that stirrup. So I just rode him with the bit to see how he was. And he was very quick. Brakes not very good. Back up, very resistant. I try to hold and wait and be as soft as I possibly can when I'm asking him to halt or back up or flex to the side. I want to install a one rein stop on him so I can stop him in emergency if he does decide to bolt. Whenever he was at the gate here, he'd want to stop and then take off, which I one rein stopped him as soon as he got to the other gate where he is now. So I realized that he was gate sour, and he'd rush to get back to the gate quicker and then stop right before he would get to it. So there was a lot of background noise, so that's why I took the sound out and tried to voice over most of it. So I'm riding on a loose rein, and I'm gonna slide down the inside rein, and my left hand goes forward by his ear, and my heels are off of him. So I do not want him to spin. I just want him to stop. So I'm flexing. When he stops, he gets a release. Release of pressure. We want to train it to be a muscle memory. Just hang out. Not asking for speed. Tinny and squeeze, release. Good boy. Different color reins that he has. That is still a bit. And release. Release. Good boy. He's resistant and opens his mouth. And here he got quick again right when we passed the first gate on the right. So I'm just wanting to take my energy down. I asked him for a halt. Gets a release of pressure. And I want to take my energy down and just have him relax. When you're going bitless for the first time, you don't go out on the trail and try it out. You are in a pen. He's resisting the bridle again there when I asked him to halt. You do it in a pen where you're safe, and you can also do this on the ground, which I'm going to demonstrate what I did before I rode him bitless. If you keep watching, you'll see what I did to give myself confidence that he would respond. A lot of times they will do the same things they did while they're ridden in a bit, because it's a muscle memory. It's something they've done their entire life, which is push into pressure. Now here you see after the third time of him walking off and not hanging out, I am going to correct him. I'm going to say, you want to move? Well, let's move then. I am going to direct your movement since you can't stand still. I gave him 3 chances to avoid this. And now I say, just hang out on a loose rein. I shouldn't have to hold you tight so you don't take off. All right? So this session was just an hour, and that's not an hour of riding. It was an hour all told of me working with him. Again, he got really quick there, so I'm going to punish him. So the punishment is bumping his face and bumping his side and making him spin around. So that's not a one rein stop, it's a correction. But it looks similar, except I'm moving his hindquarters around. So again, quick, because he wants to get back to the gate. And if I tried to do a leg yield on him, he would also speed up. When his owner rode him, he wouldn't stay out on the rail, and so when I asked him to stay out on the rail, a lot of times he would speed up. But energy way down here, and this is where he normally takes off, and he was good with a half halt and listened. So I'm asking him to go, but not go so fast, and I took direction from his owner as far as how my hands were. When she would ask for the tolt, she said to raise my hands up a little bit, and I'm not used to riding like that, so learning curve for me. Riding the Icelandic, yes, I've ridden them before, but only correcting problems, because I'm a trainer that specializes in working problem horses and getting rid of dangerous behaviors. So now I'm putting on, this is a just and done bridle, and normally I would have them drop their head a lot more, but again, in the interest of time, just to get this transition from bit to bitless, I'm not taking as much time. You can take a lot of time and ask the horse to drop the head. That's a huge brace that they have. And so if you can get that done, you've come a long way. Here, I'm asking him to flex and hold and wait. And when he gives, I release immediately. Okay, just a little bit, I release every time. Now I'm going to turn my direction to his hindquarters, have a little feel of his face, and ask him to step under his right hind with his left. And rub him to a halt. Now the opposite side, and you can take time and do this over the course of days or weeks and get them soft and listening to your new bridle or a halter, whatever you choose to ride in. So here's a back up. He's very resistant in the back up. And in watching the owner ride, she had to pull really hard. I don't want to pull that hard. So I'm going to, from the ground, hold as soft as I want him to back up and put this in front. And if he doesn't get off the bridle, I tap him with a stick. Okay, I don't pull harder, I tap him with a stick. All right, so 1, 2, sucks to be you if you hang on that bridle. This might look worse, but it's a lot kinder than pulling harder on their face with a bit or a chain or any type of halter, it's a lot kinder, teaching them with the stick out in front and thumping them in their big fat chests that doesn't hurt. And now we're going to ask him again to get off that bridle. Hold as soft as I want him to back up, just very light pressure, and wow, he backs up really nice. Now that he knows the answer to the question, which is do not push through pressure, but give to pressure. And here again in real time, showing the problem I had when I asked him to back up. I back him into the fence on purpose so he has nowhere to go, and I want him to learn to drop his head, okay, to flex at the pole. So I'm holding and waiting. The gate's behind him, the fence, so he doesn't have anywhere to go. He's trying to figure out, how do I get her off my face? And the answer to that question would be to drop his head, not to go up. So he gets a release of pressure the moment that he gives to that bridle, the moment he gives. Once taught in the bitless bridle, the horse is going to understand the answer to the question when you put the bit back in. If you prefer to ride in a bit and you put it back in, he'll understand, oh, all I have to do is drop my head. I'm just going to get him away from the block. We'll do a couple one-lane stops. Right there. And then bend. Good. Good. Down low, out to the side. Release. Good. The other way's harder for him. I'm just going to walk him off. One rein up. Exhale. Blow my air out right there, release. He snaps his head back. I'm just going to ask him for it again. Good. Good boy. Do it to this side. Heels off. Sit back. Good. Release. Release. Good. Good boy. Do it back up. On this hand, slide, exhale, sit deep. Good. Good. And now move your hip. Good. Good boy. He's looking for the bit. Where is it?
Well, that's funny.
How come I'm not running into it? super nice. Good boy, walk on. I really love that. That backup is so much better and straighter. Boy. He braced at first because he's used to pushing. When I first asked him, that's why he did that. Because he's like, I'm going to set on that and go through it. And then he realized that's where the release is getting off of it, right? Walk on. Boy. My boot gets caught, that's why I'm doing it. That you let down with the breathing. But mostly checking out one rain stop. Good. All the way. Good. 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 And good. Back. Good. Open.
That looks good, Cathie.
So if he keeps going, I'll bump him and say, "Where are you going? I'm not riding." There. So, and again, that's because of the speed. At a walk, he doesn't have a problem with it. But, you know, we stop right there, off to the side. Good. And that'll be less revolutions, you know, as he just gets, oh, the answer is just stop your feet and she'll let go. She'll let go. That little stick.
It almost looked for a second like he wanted to canter.
Well, I don't you talk. Whoa. I just didn't know if, like, I know he's a forward. You ride in English per se, and English is constantly hugging the leg. So that's why I kind of kept my legs on him.
Yeah, I'm usually there, but very, very lightly.
And yeah, it took nothing to make him go.
Right.
But then I kind of kept, I wasn't prodding him, but I was hugging him with my
Yeah.
calf. Now I'm up. After all that going faster, I just wanted to get him back nice and the other thing I noticed is he didn't pick up speed here. Every time he picked up speed, I think except once. No, he picked up speed, it just wasn't that fast, but I didn't have to correct him. So that's another thing that he didn't do, that he did with the bit. And he's like, so if I bring him off the rail and I ask him to go back on, he's much more responsive and gets off the leg right away and doesn't try to speed up. In a minute I said and. doing this,
Yeah.
right? So you don't have to, you just have to slide down a little. Right here is all that. As soon as I get to where I want to be, I'll be right here.